Next on Worcester News Tonight, the show goes on. What new measures police are taking to control traffic at a popular lights display in Leicester. And hitting the road for the holidays, getting an early start by traveling this weekend. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Andy Madison. All this week, Leicester police have been working on a plan to control traffic and the large crowds in the neighborhood of what's known as the Leicester Christmas House. Well, tonight, more police and a new traffic route greeted those that came to Waite Street to see the house. Earlier this week, police were contacted by the host of a reality show on CNBC, and he offered to pay for a police detail on certain nights. Last weekend, police had to clear the streets after neighbors called 911. Tonight, the couple says they're glad the show can continue.
The police are doing a great job. It's really crowded down here, but everything's going smoothly. Everybody's having fun. It's worked out really, really great. The best part is the community, the outpouring of attention that people have been, what can we do to keep us up and running? We want to keep it in Leicester. We want to keep it going, and it's just been truly, truly amazing what's transpired down here since last Saturday night.
It just makes me happy that we could keep the lights on, and the outpouring from the community has been awesome. It's really touched our hearts.
Now here is a map of those changes. Police officers will be posted at Route 9, Waite Street, and Chapel and Waite Streets directing traffic. Waite Street will be one way from Route 9 to Chapel Street. And police stress that if you're coming to view the holiday light display, you must enter Waite Street from Route 9. Again, tonight is the first night for the new traffic route. Leicester isn't the only place that's getting in the Christmas spirit this weekend. Tower Hill Botanic Garden has transformed into a winter wonderland of lights. The Winter Reimagined display is in full swing and is dazzling crowds of all ages. They come from all over to see it.
I haven't even gone to the hallway, through the hallway yet, and it's just incredible. It's beautiful. It is absolutely breathtaking.
The lights, the trees, the colors, both indoors and outside. All part of Tower Hill Botanic Gardens' Winter Reimagined.
We come all winter long because they like to see the plants, they like to look at the exhibits, and today we're here because everything is recycled.
And that's certainly been the case all this month. The staff says attendance has almost tripled from last year. They don't have snow or Santa, but that hasn't stopped them from pulling out all the stops this month.
I'm here at the end of this room is made out of hundreds of milk jugs, and it's all constructed. The girls are excited to climb in it and climb out of it.
People usually come up and will spend an hour or two between walking the lights outside and making sure that they get to every garden, and then walking the conservatories and through the trees inside.
Winter Reimagined goes until the first weekend in January. Well, next week, millions are expected to travel for the holiday season, and some are getting a head start this weekend. This is a look at Union Station earlier this evening. Some people taking next week off for the Christmas holiday. AAA expects 100 million people will travel these next 2 weeks for the holiday, which will be the first time on record. North Brookfield residents woke up without water this morning after a car struck a fire hydrant overnight. Our Olivia Lemon has the details.
It was a shock to get up this morning and turn on the faucet and not have any water.
The North Brookfield DPW cleans up a mess after thousands of gallons of water covered the street. The town was forced to shut down their water supply after a fire hydrant was hit by a car Thursday night.
Someone missed the intersection, didn't realize where they were. Unfortunately, he took our hydrant out and disrupted that.
DPW Superintendent Rich Kennan says his crew spent the next 12 hours repairing the damage. Kennan says the lack of water forced schools to close Friday.
I called the superintendent early in the morning and told her, I said, look, I'm not going to be ready to turn this back on and guarantee you that, you'll have the water you should have in school.
I think that probably the kids are absolutely delighted and the parents dismayed.
Hardwick police say a drunk driver hit the hydrant. According to the police report, Amy Dodge was arrested after she was found on the side of the road in a car matching the description of one which hit the hydrant. Dodge was charged with driving under the influence. It's her second offense.
You're worried about your townspeople. If you have a fire, they have to go and try to fill up somewhere else. You're disrupting their fire safety, so that's a big concern right there.
Kennan says thankfully it happened during the night, so not too many people are using water then. Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
Here in Worcester, a produce delivery truck didn't make it to its destination on time this morning. The truck struck a bridge. It happened around 6:45 this morning. Police say the truck was headed to Webster Place when it struck the Webster Street Bridge. The driver allegedly backed the truck out of the bridge and continued for more than a mile before part of his truck collapsed onto Canterbury Street. There were no injuries, but the driver was cited for failure to obey traffic signs and injury to a roadway. Worcester police are investigating who robbed a pizza delivery driver at gunpoint last night. The incident happened on Forbes Street. Police say a 42-year-old driver was delivering food when two masked men approached him. One of the suspects waved a gun at him while the other punched the victim in the face. Police say they took money and a set of keys from him. The suspects were last seen running towards Orange Street. Police say it is the 6th reported robbery involving a delivery driver this month. The Department of Child and Family Services has been plagued with a lot of cases of alleged child abuse in the past year. But those tragedies may have led to a positive reaction. More adoptions. Our Jackie Bruno reports.
This Christmas will be a monumental one for the Akins family. It's their first with Lily. She's 18 months old. Bill and Jill adopted her this year through DCF after over a decade of struggling to start a family.
Every morning when she gets up, every time I come home and she greets me, it is the best thing ever. It just has redefined my life.
The Akins are not alone. This year, the number of adoptions in Massachusetts through DCF has risen 20%. Lisa Funaro, the executive director of the Massachusetts Adoption Resource Exchange, says this year, 194 children have permanent families for Christmas.
What do you think has caused that increase?
Well, I think there were more kids in care over the last 2 years. So volume plays some part in it.
But that's not all. In the past year, DCF was also plagued by tragedies. The Bella Bond case gained national attention, reminding people about the need for stable, loving homes. And that's part of the reason the Akins chose adoption through DCF.
In private adoption, there were families waiting for children. In DCF, there's children waiting for families.
And while the process was emotional and at times trying, the Akins feel it was all worth it to have Lily in their lives.
The first time I heard those words, Mama, my heart melted, absolutely melted, and it's been a joy.
So much so, Joy is now Lily's middle name.
That was Jackie Bruno reporting. A weekend traffic note for Worcester drivers to avoid certain parts of downtown on Sunday due to the Jingle 5K race. Starting at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning, some streets will be closed at various times during the event, including Green Street from Kelly Square to Foster Street. Front Street and Franklin Street from Foster to Main Street are also among those streets that drivers should watch out for. Now you're looking at a map of the race route. Police are asking drivers to be on the lookout for runners in the area. The streets are expected to reopen at 12:30 p.m. on Sunday. A fundraiser will be held this weekend for Sweetpea Animal Shelter. The Ranch and Saloon on James Street in Worcester is hosting a Road to the Recovery event on Sunday. Admission is $20. The event runs from 1 to 6. A fire destroyed the animal shelter in November and killed dozens of animals.